Asha, how we getting on?
Yo, what's going on? How are
I'm
we?
good, I'm good. Look, this is for obviously the people are watching. I get a lot of people in my, on my YouTube, my DMs, who are in FIFO, in construction, and obviously, you know, with you and your story, it's pretty mental. So take us back, working FIFO, your thought process and everything, what was going on there to the point where you're at now, essentially.
Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward, and I know that a lot of the FIFO workers and even tradies can relate to this. Right now is like, so back just over a year ago, I was working FIFO. I was an underground diamond driller, so working 12-hour days, 14 days straight, two in one swing. And now, because I did that for 2.5 years, I really did like it for like the first year and a half. But I started to look around at like all the people I was working with, and I was like, fuck, man, like they're still here, still, in debt, still fucking, second marriage, still out here. And I just didn't want to be anything like them. And I also didn't resonate with like their mindset of like life kind of thing. And I realized, came to a realization that like, fuck, even though the money is good, but this place is where dreams go to die. This is the pay plus realistically looking at the money that I was on, it is just like minimum wage but just like bulk hours, and that's what I was
Yeah,
doing. And then so coming to that realization, same thing as what you saw is like you go on your phone after your break, after your shift, be eating food, and you see like fucking kids just as retarded as you making fucking millions from their phone in
yeah,
Dubai. Like you're living my fucking dream life, cunt. Like that's and I'm working 12-hour days. I'm working hard as fuck. Like that's it just wasn't like matching up. So I was like, all right, well, these guys obviously know something that I don't, and they're
yeah,
obviously doing something that is working. Because like, for me, I thought, oh, everything is just a scam. It's all bullshit. Like it's just like a course selling a course. But when I realized that these people are actually, have businesses that aren't just selling, like, yes, some are selling courses, but I realized that some of them are running a business that helps, like, has a service to help other businesses. And then they sell that for an expensive price. So
yeah,
when I realized that, I was like, okay, I need to actually get started with this and, see where this goes. And I think I looked into, drop shipping, trading, e-commerce, like all the different SMMA, all that kind of stuff. But I came to realize I just need to actually learn the skills and start. And then when I got over my fear of like, the skepticism of like the online space, yeah, I just dove straight in. And then that's when I joined the Academy ABC. And from then I just fucking, yeah, same as you, like knew that once I was in it, I was like, this is exactly what I need. I knew I needed like the coaching, the people there to hold me accountable. And I always wanted that as well. So I just used it to my advantage. And every day just showing up, asking for advice, even asking dumb questions. And then, so for me, I got my first role in like 3 months or 2 months, then matched my income on the third month, then decided to fully quit on like the end of the third month, fourth month. And then that time, left my job and then started traveling. Lived in the Philippines for like 3 months, then lived in Bali, and then like back in Perth, and even bought this house. So yeah, a complete
yeah, right.
change of life. Going from working 12-hour days to then making double, triple, quadruple what I was making in FIFO from my laptop and from my phone. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Because it was a similar story to me. Like you said, for the first year, you were kind of, in FIFO, you didn't mind it, but then things changed. Like you seen the older boys and stuff. Like, what would you say actually changed? Like, because obviously you work with the older boys all the time. So was it just like a realization of like, fuck, this isn't the future I want? Or what kind of came to your mind then?
Yeah, I think for me, like it was just doing the same shit every fucking day. Like like after a swing, you think back at like the actual swing, you're like, I can't even fucking remember it because I did the same tasks at the same. And for me on a drill rig, we're at that like certain site. for months. So every day just feels the same, and I felt like there was no progression, especially in drilling. There's just higher levels of drilling, and then that kind of just made me go insane and realize like, what am I actually doing out here? I'm not. Yeah, I'm sacrificing my time, like my life, but for what? For just
Yeah,
to deal with bullshit. And then, yeah, after doing that, and after just dealing with the bullshit of like the actual job that comes with it, I was just like, nah, like that was my main breaking point. And then from then, it was just like hunting on different ways to make money online and different ways to actually get the fuck out. But yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because you said there, obviously, you tried, a few different things before. Like, what was the difference compared to, well, that compared to when you got into the high ticket sales?
Yeah, so the main thing was literally just not having guidance. And I tried drop shipping, I tried a delivery business for like supplies and doing that, but not having just kind of winging it, using YouTube. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing at all. Giving me watching YouTube videos, yes, it helps, but it just puts like a band-aid on it of like the problem, and you don't generally you need the solution. So it's like once I realized that, like, because then I just canned the business because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and ultimately losing money on ads, and just wasting time basically. And it wasn't until I looked into ABC for a little bit, saw the results, saw what people were actually doing, and then I realized that it was actually everything that I was missing. It had the coaches there, it had the community of people holding each other accountable, pushing everyone to the next level, and that's like really all I needed. I always wanted someone that was like rich or like really successful, just to simply teach me how to be successful and exactly how to do it. And then from day one, I just like no ego, just soaked everything up like a sponge
Yeah,
and was like, all right, this is exactly how to do it. And then, yeah, like it just worked, and
yeah,
it sounds easy, but it's like, it was hard, but just did exactly what like a successful person told me to do to be successful. And then it made me, wouldn't say successful, but it made me a lot of money. So yeah.
right, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's people think, oh, like they always look for the easiest business model, the easiest way, and it was similar to myself, like just procrastinating on what's the best method to go down before I even start in it. Obviously, you've tried things, I've tried things there as well, but like with the sales side of things, you 100% drop at the ego, isn't it? Like you get humbled, like I did anyways when I joined ABC. Um, yeah, when you learn a brand new skill, it's always going to be difficult, but it's nothing complicated. It's just simple. There's a
Yeah.
path laid out for you. It's just a matter of doing the steps. That's all it is, Um,
I think
so for you now, obviously, I know you're back in Australia, but how's life been? Your biggest wins. What's been going on there now? Like,
so. My biggest wins. So in 2024, that was like a main month. So I've been doing it for like over a year now, but I calculated all my money that I made from the day that I started to the day that I started to that day, which was like so from October to like the next October, I've made um around like 350K. So my very first year of doing that, which was crazy because I was like, fucking hang on. I got told that making 120K was good money. And then I've just gone around and done that and flipped it on its head. So massive achievement. But I think biggest thing was just like experiences, like going to Dubai, meeting the actual mentors. That was like a thing on my bucket list that I just wanted to do. Meeting all the boys in ABC, meeting you, like that was fucking, that was a win. And I think that's like those wins, like meeting people that you generally connect with and that are in doing the same thing as you, is just as good as making the money.
yeah,
Um,
100%.
yeah, I think my best month was last September at like 75K in 1 month, so pretty crazy. And then my best week was on the second week of February at 26.4K or something in 1 week. So even that was
Wow.
crazy. It was like, yeah, I didn't yeah, it's different. And like the other thing, like what you said before, like everyone's looking for like the easiest business model, like give me that easy, give it to be quick. It's like, why does it have to be quick and why does it have to be so easy? Like if it was easy, every motherfucker would do it and it would be oversaturated and it would be shit. And I feel like sometimes that's why dropshipping has gone just downhill because it's
Mhm.
made so easy and it's also
Yeah,
portrayed so easy. So it's like, and if something's easy, you won't learn anything, you know? So
yeah,
if you
yeah,
go through the struggle, like, as in being in trenches for fucking ages, like, eating shit, and then you learn so much, you learn the best lessons, and then when the money does come around, then you can, then you know exactly what to do, and you've earned it. So
yeah, yeah. So I think, anyone would say 350K in profit first year of online business is basically unheard of. Like, what do you think the difference is from what you had to what most people would have? Do you think, get into the online space?
I think definitely the right guidance, 100%. Like I couldn't have
Yeah,
done it with the ABC mentors. And like that's not just to like promote, but like
yeah.
literally it was literally a cheat code for all of us to make money because we
Because
just
you had no
said
experience, did you, before at all? So,
nothing at all. Like I had done like little sort of businesses and side hustle, but nothing like this. And it was just like going all in on myself. But the main thing is like, and people get scared of it, is like investing into yourself and having that fear. It's like I think it's like the most stupidest fear you can have. Like people will be scared to invest 10 to $15,000 into themselves so then they can go and make more money. But then they'll go and fucking buy a $20,000 car like that. You know what I mean? And it's
yeah,
like, what the fuck? Like as soon as you drive that car out of the lot, it loses like 25%, 30% in value. Yet you're just too scared to spend money to invest in yourself. So then you can go and make 10 to 20 to 30,000, $40,000 a month consistently for the rest of your life. Um, I know it just fucks it, people just don't really recognize that. But yeah, having that guidance was a massive one. And then also dropping the ego. Like you said, yeah, we get humbled all the time by, ABC and the people that run ABC. There's like because it's true. And you just
yeah,
sit there and go, all right, I still now, like we've been in it for
yeah.
a year now, a year. I was like, I don't fucking know anything. I feel fucking still new as fuck, you know what I mean? Like every
It's
day we learn something.
you've got to like people think, oh, now you're making 350K a year. Obviously, this year will be bigger, but like people think, oh, like you won't get humbled. If anything, it gets you get
Gets
more
more.
humbled. Yeah, and that's the way it should be though. And I think a lot of people in the online space, anyways, will maybe join a community or join a program and kind of outgrow it. However, with us, it's like everyone's kind of moving up. Obviously, the mentors and stuff, years experience. So it's like you're constantly getting humbled, and that's basically what you need to keep on going, isn't it? So, but yeah, would you any words of wisdom for anyone that maybe is on the fence, maybe is working FIFO, the same, fuck, I'll just wait till this time, wait till I hit this milestone in my bank account. Because I get a ton of guys coming back to me, even after like 6, 7 months, even after like a year, and they're just still procrastinating. So, what would your advice be to them?
My definite advice would be like if you're out in FIFO, if you're working a trade, like bro, you are so like you think about your potential right now as a man, like what you can achieve, and you're just like slapping it in the face. Like the fact that you're trying to sacrifice time for money, like you'll never get ahead working a job, not in this economy, like whatsoever. That worked fucking 20, 30, 40 years ago. Now you have to seriously like take action. And especially now that we have like a phone in your hand, like this thing single-handedly printed me over 350K in a year.
Yeah,
And the fact that you're not utilizing it and just using it to send memes is like just like come on, cunt.
yeah,
Like, but yeah, my bit of advice would just be to fucking go all in and go all in on yourself, trust yourself, and just go hard as fuck. Like, but mainly learn skills as well because skills will go a lot further than just a business model. So
yeah,
that's anyone can come up with like the new best business model, but really like if you've got a skill, then you're valuable in every single marketplace. So it's a
100%.
win-win no matter what the economy is doing. And that's why like sales and marketing, even in like a recession, even in like a hard time, will always make money.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like the
it's you can pivot and move into different industries. It's something like, yeah, I feel like even with other business, let's say like dropshipping, it's more like, or learn how to create an ad. But realistically, it's like how the fuck are you supposed to use that even in your real life? Do you know what I mean? Sales, it's a personal thing. But look, appreciate you coming on, and yeah, in a bit, guys. See yous.